So before you activate Creative Cloud, it's really essential that you know how it works, what's the basics of it. Okay, so let's dive into Creative Cloud and see what things to do before you actually download Creative Cloud. And all those options, but you don't have to do any of those. Now we'll go into update. We'll go into the preferences up there, and then you go into apps and switch this off. And if you haven't, I assume you will end up updating your software to 2021, and you will lose all the previous data you have on your computer, your previous software, and you won't be able to use it, and you will show a 7 days trial thing, which could be a trouble for you because you won't be able to use your old files again in the very same manner, or you will land into a problem after 7 days that when the trial ends up, you won't have any software to work with. So that's the problem. Keep that in mind, and let's move ahead. Okay, so now we'll be talking about how to use Creative Cloud in the best possible way in your computer and what you can do. See, this is my application and how I will be using this. Example, for instance, I have my library open. Okay, so if you don't know how, like, go to Windows, launch libraries right from here. And once you have done that, so what we can do is we'll go into the panel. I can share any asset. We'll click on the asset and click on this plus button and give it a graphic thing. Once I have done this, you'll see my graphic will load into my Creative Cloud, my library. Okay.
So let's take a look at how to use the facility of Creative Cloud through Adobe Capture on your phone or any other device. Launch the Adobe Capture app, mobile app, which is quite around 80 MB or so. So you see the drawing that I have down here. Like, okay, and now I'm going to scan it. And once I'm done, I'll click this capture button. And once I'm done, I'll clean up the remaining areas with a big eraser. And then once I'm done, I shall do this. Okay, I don't need this guy. Okay, and see, I'm done. I'll hit it, and I'll go to a little bit of crop this up, crop this up, this excess area, I don't need them, and smoothen it. And once you are done, just hit change the name if you wish to. Like, I'll name it something like karmic assembly. Okay, and then I'll go into a new file, like a new assets library. Okay, this one works, and save it. Now this is saved in a SVG format, scalable vector graphics, and now just hit it back. Okay, and once you are done, say you can change the name of your library, hand drawn, and I will hit save. Now I have other two spaces also, like I have a clean one so you don't get to mesh with this thing. Now once I'm done, I'll refresh it again and I'll jump into
Your software, okay, through Adobe Capture. Now what I'm going to do is open up my same library and bring my artwork into my artboard. Now I'll stretch it across my artboard, move it around, and then I'll scale it up a little. You get to see that it's just what you have, the vector is just the stroke, it's not in the fill. So what to do now? So you ungroup it first, Control Shift G, or either the other way around. Okay, now I have all this in a separate separate SVGs, separate vectors. Now what I'm going to do is select them all and shift plus M, because we need to create them a shape. See, when I hover them around, you can see they all are different shapes, which wasn't earlier. So we can add a fill to them. Like if I take this one, I can place click here and it becomes a shape. I can click here, it becomes a shape. Now the same goes for this too. Click here and oh, maybe this and this. And the same goes with this one too, like this and this. Now you can change your fill color from here. You can make it any color like black, blue, or something. Okay, then click here. I can change it to blue or yellow, for instance. Saturate or not, no, like this one, and go with a different color scheme for this one too, like sort of karmic. Yeah, okay, this one works fine, and this one. So now you are done. Click V or here, and then what you can do is remove all these strokes. And once you can do it, you can move it this way or anyway you can like fish too. See, I can move my stroke anyway around, give it a sort of a texture feel, group them according, and you get to have a nice artwork, which you can use across any designs. Like I can use them to bring it here or something like that. Okay, hope you get it. And let's look at how to use Adobe's color um with your thing. Okay, and once you have signed in, you can get to just click on this any one of the color scheme. For instance, I sort of like this one, and you can click here or here. So you will, when you click here, you will be saving this as a library. Okay, I click this and it gets synced into my library. If you want to check up, see this right button here, this refresh icon here, this shows my color scheme. This was the very color scheme I think I choose.